because I mean what I say, added against what I write. In the time it takes your hand to pull away from the flame, the limbic memory reborn, the real-time emotional neocortex peaks like an Alp. Adrenal metempsychosis, as one poet had it, particularly strong in the running. This lyric prose of the light step glowing connective tissues within Enitharmon's loom, represented in this era without mystery, in religious ecstasy and steroidal sport, occasionally sex, and mostly war. While turning the odd surface of desire inward to make spring gear to heliotrope, to join two B strands, two C strands, there is a path that leads you away from where you were going, that resembles the one that brought you to where you presently stand. Yes, it is your task to say it all in one poem. This medium through which I am permitted to say everything and anything, and which also prevents it from being said, as in heard, as a path towards the absolutist security of autocorrection, beside whose world rows gentian fringes go weaving the trellis. The prism system engaging laser-timed cloaks of content. And there must be some other cubic acre, some slower mitochondria. If a drunk can talk faster than he thinks, why can't some particle of matter be amphetamized to skittle, skid, skiffle, shud beyond the slug of light? The bird sings with its fingers. Red flame from irons, black settlements from carbon, green-blue mildeweeds from copper, yellow frogs from sulfur. No room at the inn means no movement among monotonists and their political cramps. Now let our wings blast you further back into the egg stone. The first time materials traveled faster than 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second, the speed of the slug of light. Or what later will pan, the greater pan, as the Goldilocks zone. Rapunzel lets her hair down from the moon to you. Strand after strand of her are songs of one alleged to be, songs of oneself without, all infinite arrays, spiritual manifestations surrounding us, the photosynthetic connected to the photoelectric sphinxter. When I speak to you, I stand within your garden, invisible motes, notes, infinite dots, points, jets, energies, engines, minds of their own. They are all the same size. Here's the universe just doing everything it possibly can, tossing off screwball elliptical galaxies, and everyone is in the Hall of Fame. And everyone is in the Hall of Fame. An object of no overwhelming cosmic concern, such as our sun, warps space and time around it, causing my bathtub and the third law of thermodynamics to hold water. Dearest, outrageous cosmos, I'm a half-dead urban flunky piled on the curb, recycling my cells into lower states of entropy. I'm looking at my carbon dating wristwatch and scribbling circadian rhythms. Anywhere between 4 to 16 centuries, the oceanic cycles shift the water molecules into new configuration. So what was once above is now below. From your solitary polar outpost on this unearthly planet called Earth. Now look where I am within it. In a short-sleeved story called Temptation. On a park bench near a pond where mallards, coots, and edible frogs cove. Under a now friendly sun in something like Edenic conditions, I am alone. When a woman, two women, pushing a pram, stopped by to offer propaganda pamphlets of Polish Jehovah Witnesses protection programs. And chagrined and relieved, I say, I don't read in this language. And when they pull out the English, I say, thank you, I'm reading Leibniz. There are many possible worlds, and among them, the most interesting are the most suggestive of other possible worlds. They form a ring of fire. Maxwell himself could not see how molecules of gas could consistently redistribute in any volume at delta temperature, but extended probabilistic calculus so that statistically it would be possible to predict within a range relative to mean velocity that soap bubbles children blow will burst and caffeine will enter the bloodstream as the sound of silver tintinnabulum. A bandwidth of virtually oscillating gypsies will be able to share a temporary dimensional scene. Here's where eidetic memory palaces come in handy. One system seems to work because there is yet no such thing as magnetic charge. The six-dimensional gauged chiral supergravity model, also known as the Camper's egg model, seems to say there can be a cosmological constant other than zero, namely less than zero, and that an egg rather than a circle can rub against two further dimensions, although only gravity leaks into them from ours. With the cosmological constant at zero, you, Earth, are also a mirror, sending our light to eyes beyond. Where the CC is less than zero, the universe may be but an eye that longs to look into itself. To not know what you are saying, but why you are saying it. Emptiness is an assumption given by people who'd rather not be there. Michelson Morley, measuring what parlance called then the ether, the medium of the theosophical semantics, measuring the velocity through the ether, the medium light must travel through, Newton's vacuum of space, they found there a riddle of electromagnetic forces that light rides within. Infinite gold of inexplicable alchemy, roll me one leaf that is my own to nibble away. Brightness is amplitude. Give me an axe, give me a mirror, and I will show you this world must be double-edged. I cannot be more seized by the beauty of these railroad track trimming poppies fucking in the breeze. This border of blood orange bobbleheads flickering the 19,702 kilometers of rock and rumble rail we have here in Poland. as they, the poppies, flutter in the frames, my eyes and the train windows turn into the metaphor for the projection of a million points of wave, alighting a surface which tells only one story a million times. The difference is not infinitesimal, but macro-small, non-local, small enough to seem the main circus cause curve course of any difference at all. 0 times Planck's hashtag is, why is it an arrow to divide by 0? Music staves, warped, forever blue. I have performed the experiment.